Hi, I'm Alanna Griffin. I am in first year theatre. For me, the transition was relatively seamless because I actually took a year off and had traveled and took some time off from school, so I was pretty excited to go back into a school environment and to get studying again. I had taken a bit of a break. And it was really nice. I was really welcomed. My first day here, coming into residence, was really wonderful. To be perfectly honest, campus life reminded me of the summer I worked at camp, and I lived in a cabin with 8 other girls. I live in Shipman House, so we live in pretty close quarters. I have a roommate and we share a double, but it's actually really fun because you get to meet a lot of people right away. Frosh Week is a lot of fun. You get to have a lot of different events and a lot of cheering and yelling, especially if you're in Shipman. And you meet a lot of people right off the bat, and it's really welcoming in that regard. The main thing that any student going into a university program has to realize is they have to budget their time. And you will have weeks where you won't have anything to do and you'll feel kind of at a loss of what to do, but then you realize the week after that you have a 10-page paper which you need to finish. And so you have to work at it bit by bit. So it's just basically being able to organize and manage your time is the key to that. And then it's manageable. It's harder work than high school, but it's definitely manageable if you do that. I'm a member of a couple of clubs. I did the climbing club. I haven't been able to do that because it's conflicted a bit with my theater schedule, but I did do the climbing club at the beginning, and that was a lot of fun. We went into Halifax and did some rock climbing. I also was a part of the Acadia Farm Club, so that means in the summer, if I do stick around and I get a plot of land and I can help them plant, and I helped out with different fundraisers for them, so that was a lot of fun. And also through the school, I went to a conference in Halifax for Amnesty just to learn about it, and there's a lot of different things to do for whatever interest. The class sizes, my largest class is my psychology class, and that's about, depending on the day, it can be range from like 150 or more, but other than that, my class sizes are extremely manageable, and the professors like to talk to students and they like to ask students questions, so it's not very anonymous at all. You do know your professors by name, they know you by name. It's really quite nice, and you're invited to go to them whenever you need to, which is really key. I think one thing I've really learned, and luckily through I've just had great professors this year, is really how to question and how to not take anything at face value, how to really determine and criticize different works, whether or not that's a source I'm using for a history paper or a piece I'm reading of poetry or a play. It's just really how to question and develop my own opinions as opposed to taking someone else's opinions and adopting them as my own. I develop my own. I think my main concern was, as anyone else, is just fitting in or finding people or figuring out exactly where my place would be, but that proved to not be. Within the first week here, I knew that wouldn't be a problem. I had already met some friends. I kept meeting more people that I liked, so yeah, I think there's a place for everyone here, so that wasn't really a worry. I think when you're looking at universities, if you can, I would suggest visiting them. I was very fortunate, and I got to visit and see the department and meet with the professors, and that gave me a really good feel of what the program was actually like. I find that it is difficult to figure out what a program is like via internet and via photos, so visiting them is an awesome idea if you can. Other than that, I just think, put some thought into it. Don't necessarily do what your friends are doing because it's not necessarily the best choice for you. I would say consider what your actual interests are, and if you have to, do take that year off and do consider other options, because if you come here and it's not for you, then it's not the end of the world. There are other paths, but if university is what you want, you have to put some thought into it before you just head off into the program your best friend is doing.